I'm Big Cal, and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month, which only means one thing: DIY gaming box time. So, in case you don't know, what happens is, at the start of, well, the end of every month, I spin this little roulette wheel here. Whatever number it lands on correlates with a game console that I own. And then, for the next month, I have to try and spend a budget of £25 getting the best mix of quality and quantity with games that I don't already own for that console. And last month, when I spun it, it landed on the Nintendo Wii. A hugely underrated system in my opinion, just because it had so much shovelware on it. People tend to forget of how much good stuff was there as well, outside of, you know, the big Nintendo titles. So I was very happy to get that. So let's get started by seeing what's in the box. So first up we have a game that cost a whole £2. Dun dun dun. Almost all my budget gone there. And that is Boom Blox Bash Party. Yes, this is a sequel to just Boom Blox, also on the Wii, and for some reason it's a Steven Spielberg EA game. How much Steven Spielberg actually had to do with it? No idea. But anyway, the Boom Blox games are extremely fun. Basically kind of think of an Angry Birds type thing, except lobbing balls and bombs and things and trying to destroy gems. And there are tons of different modes. This one obviously focuses on multiplayer as well, but there was a big single player thing. There was, you could download other levels and create your own and things, but obviously that's all gone now. But yeah, it's just really fun trying to destroy all the blocks and things in as few throws as possible. And of course you've got different rounds and things. One might have a giant basketball or a bowling ball that you have to lob. Others might have smaller balls. One might be like a poison, it'll disintegrate certain blocks. You might have bombs to set off and things like that, and you just have to try and get it in as few shots as possible, and it's really addicting. So very happy to finally have the sequel in my collection. Next is a £3 game, going up in price now, and that is Monster 4x4 Stunt Racer. So this was a pretty big series, I think. I think there's quite a few of these games, the Monster 4x4 games. I don't know if they were just on Switch or if they were on other systems as well, but I've always heard good things about this Stunt Racer one, where while you do race around tracks, of course, you build up boosts and things by doing tricks. And looking at some game footage of it, it reminded me of one of my all-time favourite Wii games, Excite Truck, where you go around a track and you have to earn points to win rather than just coming in first. This you have to come in first, but do tricks and things and you earn boosts, which obviously help you get into first and stay there. It does use motion controls for the driving. I'm not sure if there's any other option. I don't think so. It doesn't show anything else on the back. And the controls are also really good, kind of like Excite Truck in that way, where the motion controls are actually good for a driving game. I have been very disappointed with it though. It's kind of basic. All I could seem to do on tracks was occasionally, you go over a little bump and you just sort of flail the Wii remote to a direction and you might do a jump and you'll earn a bit of boost. And that was it. The tutorial is terrible. It basically just tells you how to go forward, back and move about. It doesn't explain how the trick system works or anything. Just, yeah, kind of crappy tutorial, so I had to actually read the bloody manual. Disgraceful. Yeah, but even still, it's kind of boring, to be honest. It plays and functions perfectly fine. It's just, it doesn't live up to the expectations that I had for it. Thankfully, it was only £3. Not bad, not great either. Okay, just have to add a little bit to this video. The reason that the game wasn't exactly fun or lived up to my expectations is it's the wrong game. I didn't realise until I started editing this video that the game footage I recorded was for World Circuit, the game prior to Stunt Racer. Yes, good old Sex sent me out the game, the wrong disc in. So I had to take that back and get another version. Put that in, played it, and yes, it is the proper game now. There are sort of stunts in that you can ride on the wall and you can still do some tricks over bumps, and it's just as bloody boring and crappy. Yeah. So, got the right game, still crap. Next is a £10 game. Dun dun dun. And that is Conduit 2. The sequel to Conduit, obviously. So the Conduit games were first-person shooters made by, developed by High Voltage and published by Sega, and they were sort of, the big mature actiony games that the Wii desperately needed at the time. So when the Conduit was coming out, people were excited. Motion control first-person shooter. Sounded like it could be great, and in my opinion it is really good. It plays well, it looks well, it's got an okay story, but yeah, I think people were expecting more from it maybe, I'm not really sure, but it usually has just average scores. The sequel, I never hear anyone talk about it. It's as if they played the first one and then decided they didn't want any more. But we got one anyway, and I finally picked it up. It's my first time playing it, and I had fun with it, testing it out for this video. Motion controls work great for shooting and things. Yeah, and the first level throws you onto a boat in the middle of a sea where there's a storm going on, then a giant monster, and yeah, it was really, really fun atmosphere as well to it, kind of spooky and scary, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Story follows on for the first one. I never finished the first one, so I don't remember how it ends because I never saw the ending, but yeah, now I have the sequel. I kind of have an excuse to play through both of them, one after the other, so pretty excited for that. Good title. Very happy. Right, lastly is another £10 game, bringing my total up to £25, hitting my budget exactly, and that is the House of the Dead Overkill Collector's Edition. House of the Dead games, obviously really fun light gun shooters with really cheesy scripts and voice acting, which is part of the charm, and yeah, just good fun arcade shooty action using, light gun, but obviously here you have Wii remotes. Looks really good, sounds good, plays fantastically. It is a ton of fun. I've never played this one before. I've got 2 and 3 returns for the Wii. They are super fun. I'm really looking forward to the first one is getting a remaster later this year, and it's getting a physical edition too on the Switch and other systems, so that's going to be awesome. I think other systems, it might just be the Switch, I don't know. But yeah, finally got to play this, and the collector's edition basically is just this cardboard sleeve and a comic book. So, not much for a collector's edition, but it didn't really cost that much more than the regular edition, so why not? That's what I say. Yeah, game is a ton of fun. So, those are the Nintendo Wii games that I picked up for this month. House of the Dead Overkill Collector's Edition, Conduit 2, Monster 4x4 Stunt Racer, and Boom Blox Bash Party. 3 very, very good, very fun games, 1 disappointing game, but hey, did quite well. So, only one thing to do now, shift this box and these games out of the way. Let's get to the Wheel of Doom, and we shall spin it and see just where it's going to land. Right. Let us see the wheel. Dun 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 dun. Right, let's give it a spinny spin spin. Do 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 do. And we land on 20. Nintendo GameCube. I'm going to spin it again, just because GameCube, in all honesty, needs to be removed from this, because I'm all out of GameCube games I can afford for this series. The ones that I want now are all higher than £25, and any sort of that's lower than £25 I'm not interested in, I already own, or are on other systems much cheaper, and I prefer to get them there. So I am going to spin again. Yeah. I know, sounds like cheating, but what are we going to do? It's my video, tough shit, innit? Doop, doop, doop. What are we on? What's that? 34. And 34 is the PlayStation 2. Okie dokie. Right. So, yes, I have to avoid... Jeez, I am sweating buckets, man. Yeah, this might not quite be the end of the month. I might be recording this a bit early, and I may just have recently... Let's just get some decent lighting. Yeah, Jesus, I am dripping with sweat. Yeah, I had my second COVID jab yesterday. I don't know, he's sweating profusely. Is that one of the side effects? I don't know. But anyway, PS2. Very, very, very large library of games. Still a bunch on my want list. Yeah, it should be easy enough. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the games I got this month, and let me know if there's anything for the PS2 I should pick up for next month. Well, I'm bigcal, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.